What's up, LA YouTube? This is Shinya Kadono, professional soccer player here in California. Today's video, some off-the-field activity as a professional soccer player. So today we have a day off in terms of training, but me and one of my teammates from my club, Cal United Strikers, were visiting the school as one of the panelists for their career day event. We'll be talking about our career as a professional athlete, how we grew up playing soccer and went to college for it, and then now playing as a professional athlete. So it will be nice to meet some kids. So just arrive at the place, and then yeah. So let's head over. Let's get it. Just wait outside. She should be here. All right, I'm here with Bakerts, one of the new signings this season.
What's up, Shinya's followers?
From Chicago.
Yes, sir.
It's hot, really hot weather.
It's too hot out here.
Yeah. We're just waiting for our front office staff. Should be giving us our jersey, and then just
Yeah, then we get after it and have ourselves a good day.
Yep.
Just introduce yourselves so the students can see you.
So my name is Hector Mora, alumni here also. I'm representing PTS Marketing Group.
Hopefully help inspire you to be successful in your careers as well. Thank you.
Mine and Miss Brenda's classroom. You'll be in there with Miss Cynthia and Mr. Anthony, and this will be our sports classroom. So you get to learn about from some soccer players and then one of the workers who works with them.
Hi guys, my name is Christina Velasquez and I'm the Director of Community Relations at Cal United Strikers.
What's up, guys? My name is Shinya Kadono. I'm one of the players at Cal United Strikers. I'm excited to meet all you guys, so feel free to ask questions. Thank you.
Cool. My name is Bakerts, also with Cal United, and really excited for you guys to be here. Excited to be here with you guys. So.
You know, you guys can ask them questions, anything that you want to learn from them, okay?
Is there 5 girls?
Yeah.
Do we want to get the 5 girls and then guys you can come back for the next one?
Hello.
There you go.
Hello. Big soccer fans or what?
Oh, Jenna, I am. I am so fun.
The rest, all the rest. Do you guys play, or
Yeah.
you guys just nice?
Not
Cool.
professionally.
Eventually.
Today, ladies, obviously you know the rundown, but the folks from Cal United are going to tell a little bit of their stories, and throughout, if you want to ask questions, and then we'll kind of let it free flow. But if you guys want to go ahead and take it away, just tell a little bit about your story, and then go from there. Does that sound good?
Cool.
Okay. So my name is Shinya Kadono. I was born in Japan, and I came to the U.S. when I was 7. But after that, well, I grew up in Irvine. Have you guys been to Irvine? Yeah. And so I started playing soccer when I was 7. Played for local club teams, multiple, but mainly Irvine Strikers. Played all the way up through high school, and then I got an opportunity to play soccer at UC Berkeley. So decided to go there, played there for 4 years, and then studied econ. And after that, I also got an opportunity to be drafted by an MLS team called DC United. So right after college, I flew all the way across the country to Washington, DC. Played there for a year. Also, during that year, I also went to Georgia, lived there for a bit. Very different from California. And then after my first year, this club team, Cal United Strikers, gave me an offer, so decided to come back home and then play for the local club team, and here I am now. So it's a quick intro.
Cool. Good stuff. Glad you're here.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, my name is Bay. So I grew up in Indiana. You guys know where that's at? Yeah. So right outside of Chicago is where I grew up. But anyway, so started playing when I was about 4, and then played for my dad had a team, so I played for him growing up. But he had asked me at the age of 10 or 11, he asked me if I wanted to play professional when I'm older, and I said yes. So he said, okay, well, we're gonna do whatever we can do, whatever I can do, I'm gonna push you to become a pro. So anyways, so I ended up playing for Chicago Fire Academy. I played for, then I left and played for Real Salt Lake Academy, where I moved out to live with the team, went to school with the team out in Arizona, and then I was there for a year and then came back to Chicago. And I was deciding between if I wanted to go over to Europe to play or go to college to play, and I ended up talking to a college recruit, and he told me that my best interest would be to go to college, get a degree, and then keep playing, and then play professional after. So I ended up going to 3 different colleges. Wasn't necessarily my plan, but I think it was definitely God's plan for me. But I started off at a school called Liberty University, where I played for 2 semesters, was there for 3 semesters, transferred to a school called University of Virginia, played there for a year, and then I actually broke my leg going into my senior year. So I had to spend a whole year of rehab and recovery to get back to 100% healthy. So anyways, when I did that though, I was looking at going somewhere for my master's, for a master's program. So I ended up transferring to a school in Las Vegas called UNLV. Was there for a semester, and then after I finished out my college career, I went to play professional in Australia. So I played in Australia for a year, came back to the US and signed for a team in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I was there, ended up playing there for 2 years. And then after finished up last year with that team in Charlotte and got in contact with Cal United, ended up signing with them this year. So anyways, that's kind of my long story, somewhat short, but yeah, it's been a crazy journey. So
Thank you, Bay.
Cool.
Hi everyone, my name is Christina. Never in a million years did I think I was gonna work in sports, because I've never played soccer or any type of sports. Maybe you count cheerleading, but never played sports. So I grew up here in Orange County. I grew up in Tustin. I went to Cal State Fullerton. I was very undecisive of what I wanted to do in my career. I was moving more towards being a teacher. But then I took a marketing class, and then I fell in love with sports marketing. I did an internship for Major League Soccer my junior year. I got hired within like 6 months of my internship. So I've been in sports, I'm gonna age myself, I've been in sports for almost like 18 years. I worked for Chivas USA. I worked with them for about 10 years. Met a lot of great people. I did community relations. What I'm doing right now with Cal United. After Chivas USA, I worked with US Soccer, so I got to travel with a lot of teams from all over the world. So I traveled all over the States for 5-6 years. And then COVID hit, so a lot of the traveling kind of stopped there. Then I had a great opportunity to join Cal United Strikers, a local team based in Orange County. So I was like, why not? I've traveled all over the States, why not come back home and try to make a difference here in the Orange County.
So what we talked about before we were here is talk about some of the tougher aspects of what you all do that maybe someone doesn't see on TV or on the field.
Yeah, so just a lot of off-field stuff, and yeah, so I mean, a lot goes into it. So Shinya actually has a big following on YouTube and Instagram, right? Or TikTok? No. TikTok,
YouTube.
Yeah. So anyway, Shinya has a bit, his journey, he pretty much documents all that, so you could probably talk a little bit about that. But I'll say on my end, a lot of stuff off the field that takes place. And I think this goes for not just soccer, but all things, right? Put a lot of hard work into, and for soccer, it's your diet, it's training, strength training, doing a lot of the extra stuff, right, to prepare yourself for, game day, right? So that's like taking an extra 45 minutes a day to maybe stretch and prepare myself for the next training or for game day. But a lot of that stuff, though, if it sounds maybe unimportant or not very important, it also seems like easy to blow off sometimes. But getting in like a good habit of doing those things, so right, just making good habits. Again, whether it's you're eating well, figuring out what foods work with you to perform your best, and then also when it comes to training, like working out and whatnot, that stuff off the field plays a big role in us staying healthy on the field when we do play. So those are a few things.
Yeah, I can go off that, how I can relate that to just being a student. So for us, the spotlight we get on is like when you play games. So how we have to sleep well, eat well, do all these extra work. For like students, it's like taking a midterm or final test. You have to do well in order to pass the class. So what are you going to do for that? You go to tutoring, you work on your weakest subjects, all these small things that you do every day, just leading up to the test where you need to perform. I think that creating that habit is very important. And so he kind of touched on, so I make like YouTube videos, just mainly soccer stuff, how like what I do, my lifestyle, like I'll kind of vlog when I go on away trips. So kind of show like the whole background stage of like the professional athlete life. My whole idea is to just inspire younger athletes, just by showing like the things I do, the small things I do off the field in order for myself to prepare for these big games. Yeah, so those are like the main. Yeah.
What is something that you don't want to do, either for you guys to prepare or for you, Christina, in your job, but it's necessary to get to that end goal?
I can talk about it. So I gain weight really easily. When I grew up playing soccer when I was 7, but I was very fat. Like I tried out for teams and I didn't make it just because I was fat. Just to go to the next level, what I had to do is to lose weight. And when I was in 5th grade, I had to like jog around my neighborhood every day, like 2-3 miles, which isn't like a lot, but back then, like 5th grader, it's like that's like a lot. And I continuously did that for like a year, and I stopped eating junk food. I loved junk foods back then, and then I ended up losing 30 pounds in a year, and that's how I made to the next level. And yeah, like during off season, the toughest part is probably just like seeing your weaknesses in your game. So it doesn't have to be soccer, like in school, like what's your weakest subject, instead of like looking away, just like, oh, like I'm gonna work on my strength, like not my weaknesses. I think it's really important to realize your weaknesses. So for me, like the off season is when I kind of analyze myself and look at all these weaknesses, and also like watching my weight, because off season, like I'll eat for like the first half, like I'll eat burgers, fries, but then I'll gain like 10 pounds, and I was like, oh, and I get back into it. So that's one thing.
Yeah, I think one of my weaknesses is probably just taking the time, like I even said, but just taking the time to like do extra stretching. I find that a lot of times I just get caught up doing other things, and I don't always take the time to just spend 20 to 30 minutes just stretching. It kind of goes into a different category for me, or different part of my game, but like my faith is a big part of my sport and why I play. Sometimes it can get, I don't know, sometimes in sports and everything else, just in life, you get distracted, right? So it's taking the time to, for me, like getting my Bible and making sure that I'm putting that first priority, right? So I would say those are moments where I can always be better at, but those are definitely, I know that are important things for me. So the more that I take care of those parts of my game, I see a lot of good come from that, both physically, mentally, spiritually. So,
any questions, ladies? Anything popping up for you?
Question? So like actual like playing positions on the field. Yeah, I think that's one tough part about the professional game is it really comes down to just like perfect timing. Like if a team is looking for a certain position, like I know when I was in contact with the general manager of this team, he said we're looking for this position, this position, this position. Thankfully, one of the positions was my position, and so it worked out for me to come out here and try out. But the amount of times that I've reached out to clubs, like tens and hundreds of clubs that I've reached out to, colleges, professional teams, all of them asking if they were looking for certain positions, and they weren't, right? But they weren't looking for my position. But it took continuous effort, sending out emails, just doing a job search pretty much to see what was available and to see who was looking for my position, right? So I think that's important because I think a lot of people get discouraged. You might get one email back that says, nope, we're not looking for that, you're not qualified for this, but you keep going until eventually someone is looking for what you bring to the table, and then you find yourself in a position that you're looking for.
Yeah, for me, I can talk about like when I was trying to get into college for soccer. The whole process is a little different than just doing the application, taking SAT, ACT. The whole process actually starts like earlier. So I think I started end of my sophomore year of high school. That's when I started making my soccer resume. Like these are the positions I played. This is my current GPA for high school, and this is all the awards that I had like in my youth career. And I sent out to at least 20 schools in the beginning, saying this is who I am. And like realistically, I didn't get a response like the first time, but I kept sending emails whenever I had games. I'd make like a little 3-minute highlight tape and then send, hey, I played in this game, like I scored, and then send them again. They don't respond, and then by like your 5th time they'll actually like respond to one of my emails. The whole process, it's different compared to like regular students, but yeah, these are some like the hard work you have to do like off the field in order to like go to the next level.
So working in the sports industry, it's really hard to get into. I remember when I first started, I was told I was never going to be hired. And I was like, okay, we'll see. One of my big goals when I was at Major League Soccer was to open that opportunity for students like yourselves and people like me, because there's more women in sports now, but when I started, there was maybe like a few women in sports. So when I was at Chivas, I created an internship program for high school students because I wanted to give them the opportunity to experience sports and learn about sports. We ran that program up until, so we had freshmen and they graduated high school and then they became our college interns and then we hired them. So I'm still in touch with most of my old interns. They're all doing super great. So I'm hoping, not right now, but in the future, Cal United will have a high school internship program just to expose you guys to career opportunities that wouldn't be available to you guys, because usually those are more available for college students and people with experience in the sports world. So I'm hoping that, we'll create that program in the future for Cal United. Yeah. Yeah.
My worst injury was probably this. I had a left knee injury. I I didn't tear anything, luckily, but I sprained my MCL and the MPFL, it's like another ligament, in a scrimmage. It was during my junior year in college, and so going into my senior year, which is like the biggest year for me personally, because I need to do well. But I got this injury, and I couldn't walk for like a month. So I had to like wear like a brace, and so, till then I never had like a big injury. So it was really eye-opening for me, and yeah, just not being able to do like a normal like movements and stuff was really tough for me. But during that time, like my trainer for college taught me all these different exercises I can do to prevent any like those kind of injuries in the future, and they were really helpful for me. So I still do them like before training, after training, and luckily, like now that I've recovered, it's been helping me to prevent from those types of injuries. So now I look at them as something like really positive for me. Opposite team?
Yeah. Like, they would either win or lose or
Yeah, I mean, for me, personally, if I have like friends on the opposite team, because soccer is such a small world, like you might have your former teammates and stuff, and if we lose, I'm not like the friendliest guy to talk to, so I'll just have like, oh, good game. Like I was trying to be respectful. I always try to shake the referee's hand after the game, but if we lose, I'll just really make it quick. But if we win, obviously celebrate with your teammates, and I'll probably have the same routine, but depending on like the other teams, like emotions, I'll try to make it quick or maybe talk to them. But yeah,
I think it's important to remember, one, there's a respect about the game or anything you do, right? Respect your sports. You want to respect your opponents, right? You're not going out to try and hurt the other person. You're really just trying to go out and win, right? I don't know if you guys have heard the word class, but you want to keep a class to the game, right? And so you also have to remember too, like as you get to higher levels, there's a lot of people watching too. So the way you carry yourself, like we were on ESPN last night with our game, and people see you play. If they see you as someone who's negative and trying to start fights, this and that, people notice that, and you get a negative image around you, right? But if you're seen as a player that is respectful, works really hard, but when it comes to the end of the game can maintain a level of class, right, to the game and respect to the game, those players are usually more respected. So I think it's just remembering that you have people watching you, and just to maintain a high level of character.
The girls want to come up front. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Work Bay, successful day, inspiring the youth. Mission accomplished.
Okay, let's go home. Okay, so I'm done now. The whole event was about like 4 hours long. It was really fun and something meaningful for me and the club, and then also for all the kids. It's nice to share your whole story in front of these kids and trying to positively influence them, and it was also a great time for me to like reflect on my whole soccer career, and just like looking back and onto my things and kind of appreciate more about all these things. So it's good. Take care. Anyways, yeah, some off the field activity as a professional athlete. Yeah, would love to do more of these. I think one of the reasons why I became a professional soccer player is to inspire younger athletes or younger kids, younger generation. I think I'm very lucky to be able to do something like this. So yeah, but anyways, yeah, I'll keep posting trainings, workouts, and like things I do off the field like today. So if you haven't, please just subscribe. If you have any questions or feedback, please comment below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. It's really hot in the car right now. I'm sweating a lot, so yeah, I'm gonna go. All right, see you in the next video. Bye bye.